It is also with sadness that I report to you that Justin Jones continues to represent the 52nd District in the state of Tennessee as a member of the House of Representatives. This guy apparently got funded somehow. I wonder who paid for his trip to Mexico. He was in Mexico a couple of days ago. Who paid for that, you think? It's like 3 or 4 days ago. He posted up on his social media platform on X where he regularly blocks people against the law. Against the law. Today I was at a migrant camp in Reynosa, Mexico, bearing witness to the crisis of humanity occurring at our border. He went on to say, there is no invasion. There are just people who have risked everything seeking a better life and a broken system failing too many. Asylum seekers deserve better, said Justin Jones. I want to play you this. The level of stupidity is enormous. It is so great that I dare not play you more than a minute of the stupidity, and so I've edited it to 59 seconds so that you don't have to put up with more than a minute of it. Here's Justin Jones not understanding that a sovereign nation actually has to have borders.
Hey, y'all. We are here in Reynosa, Mexico, at the second largest migrant camp. And are here.
By the way, it's difficult to hear him because there's something going on in the background and he's whispering, but I'll translate.
Here to bear witness to what is happening, this crisis of migration that really is a humanitarian crisis, but also a crisis of humanity.
It's a crisis of humanity, he says. It's a crisis of migration.
What we're witnessing is the fact that it's not just rhetorical violence when we see the demonization of migrants, but it is policy violence. And we've met with refugees from so many countries in Central America, but as well as many Haitian migrants who are here and seeking a way for a better life. And the fact that Governor Bill Lee yesterday sent the National Guard to the border does not solve this crisis. It does not help anyone keep anyone safe, but it, in fact, just furthers militarization and it furthers so we're here to tell the truth and to challenge the rhetoric.
All right, it's hard to hear because of the stupid wind, but he said, we're here to tell the truth and to challenge the rhetoric. There is no invasion. There are just people who have risked everything seeking a better life in a broken system failing too many. Asylum seekers, he says, deserve better. Apparently, Justin Jones is not aware that the United States of America is well within our rights to set certain standards as to who may or may not come into the United States of America, and that those seeking asylum ought to, they don't anymore, but they ought to have to abide by certain standards by which they prove that their asylum is real, that their claims for asylum would be based on a reality happening back in their home country and not something that they're concocting or making up. And that, frankly, we can't take everyone. And we have every right as an American population to say, no mas. No mas. We can take no more. And there's nothing wrong with that. And there should not be anything to be ashamed about. Democrats try to play on your feelings, and I understand that. I understand how difficult it is to look at some of the illegal immigrants that are coming to the southern border and accept the fact that we cannot take everyone into our country and under our wing, because we can't. Justin Jones seems to believe that we're not allowed to turn them away. Has anyone else noticed that there's not a conversation going on about eliminating asylum seekers from the process for a period in time? What exactly is it that compels us as a nation to take those that are seeking asylum outside of our basic common humanity? The reason that the United States carved out an exception for asylum seekers, I mean, the easiest example is Cuba. And the dry foot policy, that if you get on dry land and you are from Cuba, that you can claim asylum, that your asylum claim will not be heard until such time as you get on dry land. This was a policy put in place specific to Cuba because of the totalitarian regime that was the Castro era, and that, really continues to this day. We did so because we have a humanity toward these people. We believe in helping individuals that want to help themselves find themselves in a better condition. But there is nothing that requires that we do that. And sadly, the Biden administration has allowed this situation to get so out of control. The Trump administration had managed it. They had managed expectations by declaring that you will remain in Mexico until such time as we adjudicate your asylum claim. You can't come in and you can't be here while that happens. No matter how quickly or how long it takes to get it done, you can't stay here while we do it. Well, that prevented most people from doing it to begin with because most asylum claims are completely bogus per the standards of asylum. Justin Jones doesn't understand any of that. Justin Jones wants to open our borders and open our doors to any and all that want to come through, which is a recipe for... Who believes that that will work? Well, it works for the Democrats because they do not care how it impacts your individual life. They don't care that it puts the Laken Rileys of the world in danger. They don't care that we're seeing an uptick in gang-related crime, primarily gangs coming from across the southern border in the major metropolitan areas like New York, Detroit, Atlanta, and yes, right here in the state of Tennessee. They don't care. They care about packing states for the purpose of reapportionment of House of Representatives members, and they ultimately care about securing voting rights for illegal aliens because they believe that on average about 7, maybe 7.5 out of every 10 of them will vote Democrat. And now they have a brand new voting bloc. That's what they care about. Power and control. Power and control.